Hello there guys, my name is Jacobite007 and welcome back to another SimCity episode on Jacobite007 Studios today. We are here to bring you obviously SimCity and this is going to be episode 2. Now, I've got a funny story to tell you. On the last episode you might have seen me do this. That doesn't actually save the game the first time round. You have to actually press save as and then save it into like a world and then press save game every time you want to save it after that. So for my fortunate, when I came on here to record this episode today, I found that there was no world to play on. So what I've done is I've tried to recreate what we had previously on the old world. The only difference the only two differences that I'm going to say that there are is with the commercial block here. It's not actually big enough to have the 2 rows of businesses, but that's okay because later on in the game they will be upgrading and expanding their stores to make like bigger stores, and if not, we can keep this the lower growth part of town. I'm not too fussed about that one. And I might have made these slightly bigger because last time I can't remember if we had 4 in each section. I know we had quite a lot of junk there. No, we're not going to do that, no thank you. I am going to turn the volume down just a tad because I did realise on last episode it was quite loud. So we're going to turn it down. I don't know whether that's going to help much. It doesn't really help with my volume set to, although that is still quite loud. Apologies for this, guys. Oh, one empty. You're supposed to press apply. It's still quite loud. There we go. We'll deal with that so far, and then if it becomes a problem, I shall change it off camera. So today, what I want to achieve by the end of the episode, so it's going to be an hour long again, and it is very, very painful waiting for it to upload to YouTube. I'll tell you that now, because obviously the videos are very, they do take longer when they are longer, which makes sense. What I'd like to do is, and it might be a bit of a push, but I'd like to unlock the Department of Utilities in this city in order to unlock the water pumping station and the sewage treatment plant, as well as have like a maybe a coal power plant or a very strong generating energy source temporarily. If it is going to be like a coal power station, for example, it would only be temporarily, because in this one I would preferably like I mean, we could even have a wave power plant. I don't know how that would work. Placed along the shoreline, this power plant generates small amounts of cheap, clean power. But even so, we could buy the coal power plant, and it then has an addition to it once we unlock a university to have like a clean pumping, so it doesn't pollute the air, and obviously with the let me try to say that again. With the wind power plant, we do have the bigger turbines, which you can see just over here on the screen. It doesn't quite stay on, but it's one of the it's like sort of a circular turbine, and it does produce quite a lot of power. And then again, even with the solar power plant, you've got the additions of the sort of sunflower seeds, or like sunflower dishes, I guess you could call them, as opposed to just the flat solar farms. And they do produce quite a lot of power. I have played with the solar farm before, so it would be interesting to do the wind power plant this time round, and purely because it is cheaper. But because it's cheaper, it might mean that there's going to be less power, maybe. But we do have to, if we're going to go that route, we do have to temporarily go to a coal or oil. I don't think we're going to go nuclear, just because of the pure risk of it and the radiation it brings, and I don't think we're going to be using that much power in this city in order to use nuclear power. So we might just, if we do end up going with oil plant or coal plant, don't get too strung up by it, because it will eventually be gone. It's a bit like this area of the city. This part of the city will be gone eventually. in fact, it might be worth us moving the we'll keep it there for now. I was just thinking, because obviously if we can compact the pollution, the ground pollution, into one area, then it will help us considerably reduce it with the trees. Whereas if we have it all scattered around, for example here, we're going to have to wait for this to go and then wait for this to go, and we can't put anything in between, or we can and then we'll have to work around it. So it'd be nice to have it all over here, but that just symbolises the fact that we need, that just tells us how urgently we need the sewage treatment plant, especially, because I really do want to try and achieve that. No, we don't want to do that. I don't know why they keep asking me. I might have to turn that off. So we do have to try and get 15,000 residents in order to get the next upgrade on our city hall, which will then give us the Department of Utilities, which will unlock all the necessary power sources. I'm pretty sure... Oh no, that's just the academy. We're not going to work on education too much in this episode, and we're not going to work on the emergency services that much during this episode, purely because they're not something I want to focus on urgently. I'd rather get the population up. Obviously, the more population we have, the higher rates, the higher like emergency rates are going to go up. Like there's going to be more thieves, for example. And obviously, if there are any problems, for example, like there's quite a lot of fires because of a shortage of fire engines, for example, or we haven't got enough, then we could just plop one on. That's the only things I'm going to be doing on those parts. So the first thing I want to do is, in order to, we should have really speeded up time. The city is going to be called. It's going to stay as. I think it was Eco City. It's either Ecocity or Eco City. That's going to be the basic name, purely because I've literally just only uploaded episode 1 of SimCity, and this episode will be coming out on Friday, hopefully, or is it Saturday? I can't remember now. It's one or the other. So I don't really have enough time to look at the comments in order to give the city a name. So I'm going to give it the Eco City name, and if you guys don't like it, let me know. If you like it, hey ho. And that's going to be our addition to Greenopia, which is the region's name. Hey Mayor, my friends and I want to do a fireworks show for everyone. Alright, we're going to do that. Only because I have faith in our fire services. There's one fire already starting, so what does it have? Less than 5 fires in a space of 7 hours. Okay, it's going to be a push. Oh god, it's going to be a massive push. I mean, there's already 2 that have gone out, and it's only just gone an hour. We're going to keep the houses abandoned, because obviously if they do set off another lot and it does spark and fire. Oh, it's on fire again. The abandoned building's on fire. Like it's a rubble. So that's 3. Oh, does that count? I'm not sure whether these are counting as individuals. If we do zoom into the city, apologies for the sirens at the moment, it's going to get louder, we can actually see what the people are actually thinking, so maybe if I rest up for a while, this will pass. Cough. I could really use some bubblegum right now. This is one time I don't mind seeing tax money go down the drain, yay sewers. Steady flow of water here, no problems. It's nice that the cops are keeping the undesirables off the streets. Wow, they said on the news that there are 9 criminals locked up at the police station. I'm hurt, I'm definitely going to need an ambulance help. I'm so glad they finally built a grade school. I'm so glad we have a police station now. So there's a variety of thoughts that are being brought up by the people, and basically what that indicates to us is that helps us to know what to do next, I guess. There is a fire over here, not sure whether that's related to the fireworks, but I mean it hasn't gone down. Hopefully this is the last hour, we will get the 50,000, because if we do get the 50,000 I'm going to try and work on upgrading the roads. Now there is, oh, okay, so we got the 50,000. We are going to slow down time, and we are going to demolish the houses that are abandoned. Oh, no shoppers. Okay, that's soon gonna work. Don't worry about that. That one there as well. He's most likely gonna ask me about. Right. Okay. If I can, I'm gonna try and turn off. Don't know whether you can. Gameplay. Here we go. Hide speech bubbles, provide missions and information. Check this box to prevent. Right, okay, I'm going to turn that one off. Just because I don't like seeing people pop up with stupid things. We're going to keep the thought bubbles on though, because they do help us know what our people are thinking. I'm getting rid of this shack soon and getting my dream home. If you haven't noticed, obviously, because if we look at the land value map, the houses over here will be more built up than these. So if I just quickly show you to demonstrate. The houses over here are merely just trailer park sort of houses. They are very, very small. Whereas if we go over here, we actually find we've got actual homes. So this is the more populated side of town. And it might be that as we progress, this will be our high wealth area. Reason being is because obviously the city hall is right here, along with the police station, the medical centre and the school. And obviously, as you can see, because we've demolished those two buildings that were once two companies that have gone bankrupt, we've now got a bigger company coming in. But what I am going to do, and what you guys need to understand, is when I'm going to upgrade the roads. However, when I do so, I am expecting my daily budget to go down massively. So this might not work as well as I wanted it to, but hopefully, if we just sit and ride the wave, then it will go well. And the population will go down as well to start with, but again, hopefully it will increase. So to upgrade the roads, we press this button here, road upgrade, and we're going to go ahead and upgrade it to low density. We don't want to go to medium density straight away, purely because we don't want to rush people building. We don't want people to spend too much money. I'm going to go ahead and leave that out road alone, because obviously we're not using it at the moment. It'll be a waste of money. And obviously this will improve many people's homes. You will start to see some people who want to increase their density. Not density. Well, I suppose you could say density. You'll start to see people expanding their houses. You'll start to see bigger houses, and once you get to the high density street valued streets, you'll start to see more skyscrapers pop up. We are going to put these over here just for these school buses, and something which I actually didn't do before I came on here, saying that, was added the 2 school buses. So we'll go ahead and do that, and I didn't put the bus stops on. So we can go ahead and do that right now. That's as to why that's why we haven't got people going to school. We'll just put them on this side of the road each. It doesn't really matter too much. I didn't want that one there. We'll have to take that one off, just because I don't want it there. Would it not make sense to... Oh, it don't matter. They can run across the street to have education, that's no problemo. I'm going to make these residential as well. So we'll go ahead and add bus stops up here. Only had the one there, so that's fine. That one there. I will have one outside the hospital as well. And why not have one right outside the school? This one can go ahead and get deleted. Although I suppose it does give people over here less time to walk. So I suppose that's fine. Not quite sure what we're going to put over here yet. Maybe we might put like a nice park over there or something. Along with like maybe parks over here. and we're going to keep the fire station, the police station, and the hospital free. Or I should say medical centre, clinic, free of houses at the moment, because obviously as we expand into them, we'll be demolishing houses, which we don't want. We are currently down on our hourly income, which isn't technically good. If we speed up time, let's see how many people actually decide to increase their houses. It doesn't look like many people want to at the moment. That might be because this low density road is basically the same. Oh, we did miss one there. Didn't upgrade that one. Did we miss any others? Oh, I suppose we can go ahead and do this as well. I'll leave that alone, and I'll upgrade these main roads as well. I'm going to leave these just as dirt roads for the minute, just because I don't want to focus too much on the industry for this episode. I merely want to focus on getting that population up. So if we take a look, so density is going up, which is very good. That density is going down. We live in the new city here, can't find a place to shop nearby. Okay. So what we might need to do then is add maybe a few. Let's see, if we put one there and one there, that leaves us with 2, 4, 6. Oh, I suppose we could have them going that way. Wrong one. Thing is, this is a very tight area. It's not going to give much room for expansion. But I guess we could still do it. I don't really want to put houses here at the moment, so we'll get rid of that. And then just to give these folks in the corner somewhere to shop, we can go ahead and put some happiness went up, some happiness went down. I wonder why. Well, we could make this shops over here too. No, I think we'll put a park over here. I think a park would look quite nice. So what's this? School has reached capacity and have to turn away students. Add classrooms. Right, okay, our population has gone up, which is good. And our daily income has gone up too. So that's awesome. So, I mean, we might as well add another classroom. If we've got the money to, we've got the daily income. And then we'll wait till it pops up to say that they're full again. What was we going to do? Add a park. So we want just the basic park. Baseball field maybe? Oh, it's a bit too big. Too big for a soccer field too. Large skate park. Nature maybe? Pond? No. No, I want something to do with sports. Athletic centre. I don't really want to go for the athletic centre because obviously it provides. It says there future rises nearby houses, shops, or factories, and it makes the roads look a bit iffy. So we're not going to do that. We might as well put a tennis court down. So we'll go ahead and put a tennis court along there. We can go ahead and put a basketball court next to it as well. In fact, let's see if we can edit that one to have it alongside. So basketball court there, and then a volleyball court. Never seen a volleyball court before, but you know, why not? So then you've got the 3 court places there. Skate park, we haven't really got enough room for that, nor that one, nor that one, nor that one. It's a shame we didn't have a football field there, didn't have enough space for a football field. It looks like it would have just gone in. So, I mean, because we've got those 3 in there now, people around the areas are going to start upgrading their houses. So obviously, as you can see, I think this might be medium wealth. So we're not quite on high wealth yet, but obviously we will get the houses around here up to scratch. So I think the gist of it is, as we go higher up to the seafront, we'll have the skyscrapers up here maybe, and the poorer areas on the outskirts. We need some work. Okay, so let's have a look at this one, because this is what indicates. So we've got a 76 approval rating. The higher this is, we want it to aim around 90, or to be honest, 100. But it's very rare you get to 100 because you can't satisfy everyone. But we want to at least get to 90 or 80 at a push. So we want to make sure we keep people happy. So we need some work. So let's have a look at the... I am going to try and change my overlay where it is. I don't know whether I can. Oh, I can. Awesome. Right, let's put that there. Sorry about this, guys. Just getting in my way, so I can't see over here. Residential map. Buildings, happiness, and then you've got money. Okay, so happiness is very, very high. Very high. And then you've got money, which is quite close to it. Sims bringing home happiness, and then money. Okay. Cool, so that's looking good. We need to make sure that people are happiness. Let's have a look. So no work. So I wonder if it will help putting some industry. It's not demanded. I mean, I suppose we could, but it's not in demand. So we'll see how it does to. We'll see what it does to jobs. So we'll see how people are getting happier now. See if they are getting happier. Too many injuries. We're moving. Okay. Let's have a look at industry. How industry doing? Right. Okay. We want a place to ship our freight, so we can fix that by going into city specialization and then going to the trading part and then getting a. If we get rid of this, getting a trade depot, which is going to help us a lot. Trust me. Because what that is basically it's a trading depot for freight. So we can go ahead and add some another freight area over there, freight warehouse. And what that means is that all the freight that these companies are making can be shipped out to other places. You will start to see this is going to be full straight away, but I mean we could max it out if we're honest. It doesn't cost a lot. The easiest way I can sort of give it to you is this is talking from the UK. Apologies for that sound. This is a factory from the UK. It might be PC World, for example. Now, PC World and Currys have advertised on eBay to sell a computer. Someone's bought a computer. Let's say someone over here, or someone in another region for that matter. That computer will then get sent to the trade depot, much like a sort of DPD or a post office sort of depot, and then that will be shipped off to multiple locations. That's basically all the trade depot does. And as you will see your city grow, the demand for places for freight to go you'll sort of be forced to have a trade depot for freight. Because obviously the only other place that freight can go is here, into these commercial areas. And obviously if there isn't enough commercial areas and these industries are making more products, then they're not going to be able to send, they're going to have too much storage. So it's always nice to have a trade depot so they can trade to other cities. So hopefully that's going to sort that problem out, and hopefully that will go soon. Commercial, there's too much crime right here, not enough shoppers concerned about crime. Need some work, too many injuries, we're moving. Medium wealth are okay. Okay, so it still says we need some work. There's too much crime, so, I mean, if we look at the crime map, which one is that one? That one there. So the crime areas are heavily around here. You will usually tend to find them around commercial areas. I mean, we have the money to, so why not? Let's do it. We'll add another police car, and we'll add a ground floor, just to add some more jail cells in there, so then we can make the happiness rating go up. And obviously, the more happier your people are, so let's say we was on a 90% approval rating, you'd have more people demanding for like building density, for example, and then more people will want to come to your city. The reason why I've left a space here is because I want this highway to go all the way through the city, right to the very bottom, and then have branches off, only because it cuts down traffic. Because obviously if you're thinking people are going to come off this motorway and then come into this junction, and then they're going to instantly go smaller, so you've got 3 lanes of traffic going back into one. And during busy peak times, if I click onto the roads, you'll see that there's like green bars hovering over, and like for example here, this is quite a busy road because it's showing red. The more condensed the traffic is, the harder it is going to be for like fire trucks to get out to industry areas, etc. So we might even be able to do that this episode. Depends how much. I mean, we could even go for the medium density street, but I don't know how much if we go straight. It's going to cost us about 16,000 to do it, so it's going to cost a heavy buck or two. But I mean, it will be worth it. It will be worth it because obviously it will be branching out to all the. It will be connecting the city to the industrial areas. And obviously, when we have universities and education and higher education areas, then you will see that we can have the industry and factories literally right next to houses, because they'll be so clean and so less noise polluted, people won't care, because they won't be polluting anything, literally anything. Just going to pollution, because I want to keep an eye on this because I don't want it to get too much. I mean, if push comes to shove, we could put the sewage area over here. Water, we need to make sure that our water is not being contaminated by anything. Yeah, I think I'm going to move the sewage. So we're gonna put sewage over here, only because I want this to be like a massive. It sounds bad, but I want this to be like a massive polluted area. Then we'll close that and demolish it. We can keep the dump there because obviously at the moment it's not going to be giving us any pollution as of yet. So what I'm going to do is add some trees down around the polluted areas, and obviously as you'll see trees pop up. So we'll make this a massive tree area, and what you'll see over time is that the trees will suck up the pollution. So hopefully this should go. Now with the dump, what we can do is we can keep it there. However, whenever we are ready to move it, we can buy an incinerator, incinerate all the trash that's in it, because if we demolish the dump straight away, all that trash will turn into ground pollution, and it will pollute the surrounding areas, as you could imagine, because obviously if the dump automatically shut down, then you'd start to see, obviously, rubbish everywhere. So, yeah, so we'll close both the dump sites, as in like we'll buy another dump. We will close off the, I don't know what they're called, just dump zones. We'll close off the dump zones so that people can't take no more or put no more in. We'll delete the trucks and we'll buy an incinerator and just let it incinerate everything. And obviously, as you can see here, with an academy in the region, and we research a garbage automizer, we will have cleaner air pollution, and obviously we can have an incinerator that doesn't pollute the air at all. We are nowhere near 15,000 as of yet. How are we looking for density? Okay, some people are ready to move up. Where was that house I just clicked on? Upgrade roads to increase density, right, okay. The density around here isn't too good. We can't go to any shops. Okay, something to maybe work with in that case then is maybe we should invest in some public transport. The school has reached capacity. We're not going to add anything onto the school just yet, but it might be worth getting a shuttle bus depot and then having a few bus stops around, so then people can get to the shops via bus. Because obviously they are most likely elderly people, and obviously we do want them to be happy. 77% rating. So residential, raise the value of our land, please. We need some work. People keep dying, it's horrible. There's too much crime, not enough shoppers. Freight shipments are profitable. So we've sorted out the industry. The industry's good. What was the thing I was going to do? There's too much crime. Oh no, I was going to... It might be worth adding another ambulance to the medical centre, the clinic. So then the ambulance crews can get out to the people who are injured. We just check that map as well. So that's cool. Someone's died over there, I think. Yeah, it's a death. Oh, 2 deaths. What you'll see as well is there's a lot of people over here that will be ill. We might need to increase the road density over here. So we'll do that soon. It might be time to edit our city. And we'll go for the low density roads. They're only £2 extra. Or 2 simoleons extra, sorry. And I mean, are we going to follow the same layout here? I honestly don't know what we should do. Just mentally thinking, maybe if we have like a massive road going up there, and then have it curve in. Or just have roads going like that. I certainly do not want to have roads like this. That's not going to happen. We could have roundabouts, I guess. Though people will be stupid on them, so I tend to stay away from them. I'll tell you what, I might do that. So then there's... Oh, I mean, we could even get rid of this and have these 3 be the high density areas. Excuse me. So then we can go ahead and instantly put people in there. And then obviously we're going to aim to build this up, because if we look, the land value should already be okay. Because obviously from the school, if we were to put the high school here and a few parks up here maybe, then that would be pretty cool. Because what you'll see in the future is you'll see maybe 4 skyscrapers in that area, maybe 3. Maybe even just 1 massive one. I don't know how big they get, but ones I've seen, they don't get that big. Obviously, you do have the Omega Towers. Not sure where they are. Is it this one here? And obviously, they do fit that sized sort of square. But we aren't going to put one into this city. Well, not certainly not yet. Anyway, it's going to be way, way, way off. I feel a lot safer now we've got a fire station in town. So something which we do need to take into fact is the power, the water. The sewage should always be okay because obviously all it's doing is taking everyone's poo and just dumping it out into the land. So that we shouldn't have to worry about that at all. We will need to keep an eye on the water though, because we do want to keep it clean. Because if we do end up polluting our water, it won't be. It will end up making people ill. So what we can go ahead and do is stretch this right out here and add a water pump over here. We can go ahead and delete this one because I really, really do not want to have people go ill because they haven't got clean water, and it's such a basic thing to have. So the water will be fine because obviously we've moved it way away from the polluted areas. That is going down just a tad, and we might need to add an extra turbine onto the solar farm, wind farm, make it 3.1. So that should power enough of our city now. Let's just quickly check on how the pollution is doing. Oh, awesome. So as you can see, it is almost gone, which is nice. So if we go ahead and update our trees, go ahead and plant some more down. I mean, we could go ahead and add some around. I don't know whether it would work, but add them all around the town hall. Could even add them here. Certainly along here as well. So obviously we're not using that area at the moment. We're not using this area at the moment. It does cost quite a lot to do that. Add a few in here, add a few in here, and a few in here. Just trying to make the city look more nice, I guess. More realistic. I mean, we could even add some down here as well. Obviously this side's looking a bit bare. In fact, we didn't really think of this area too much. I don't know what we'd put down here. Maybe even nothing even. Maybe even just tiny parks. I don't even know if we could fit. Oh, we could, so maybe we could put some little parks over there somewhere. I don't know. Happiness. Let's have a look at the happiness rating. So we're on 73 now. Okay, so people aren't liking what we're doing. Not enough shoppers. There's too much crime. Okay. Not enough shoppers. There's too much crime. Let's have a look at the. So the medium wealth's okay, but the low wealth is struggling. The freight is going down, but they are fine. They are growing though, so I don't know whether that's a current issue. Well, that's going down. What? We need some work. Low wealth happiness. Okay, let's have a look at the wealth map. So they do have some work available to them. Again, I think I'm going to work on getting that shuttle depot. Might even be worth just popping over here whilst we find somewhere to put it. If we can afford it, we still need to. Right, okay. We can also unlock recycling centres as well when we get the Department of Utilities, which will actually help our exporting and selling of things like metals, plastics and alloys, which is very, very nice because it does earn you some more moolah under the recent transactions. So say sold 10 tons of plastic, for example, you got this much money from it. Everything looks to be okay. I mean, we could even get a grant. Oh, sorry, a bond. Not called grants, are they? So we've got, excuse me, we've got 3 buses. I'm not sure where the other 2 are coming from. Maybe inside of there. And then that's just like a mechanical area. Not too sure about all that. We will try and add another one though. Although if they're saying they got 3, no, that's fine. It's more than enough. We'll go ahead and park and ride next to it because you know we're nice. How much is it? Oh, that's no problem. Right, okay, so that's where the bus the bus is going to start its journey. We need to make sure we're putting one on. How much are they? 200 and then minus 10 an hour. So we'll go ahead and put them on each side of the road, just to make sure the buses can reach them. We won't put them on both sides of the road if that makes sense. So we'll put them in between. We'll put one there, one there. Leave that one. One there. One there, one there. One there, one there. And then we'll go ahead and do that. Because these are quite busy, in fact, it doesn't matter. Ignore what I was saying. Okay, so that does look like quite a lot of people are covered by the bus service. We won't need to put one on this road because we're not going to put anything down here apart from schools. So hopefully people will start travelling on the buses in order to get to work. I'm hoping they will. 74% approval. Raise the value of our land, please. Don't like that kids couldn't go to school. Okay, we need some work. So they're still saying we need some work. Not enough shoppers. There's too much crime right here. Okay, there is quite a lot of crime around. Which might mean we have to invest heavily on our schooling systems. So if we go ahead and speed up time. Right, okay, so there's some building fires happening over in the industrial area. Ooh, there's 12 abandoned buildings. Christ, what's going on? Low land value, low land value, low land value. Okay, there is quite a homeless. Couldn't find shops or parks. Couldn't find shops or parks. Couldn't find shops or parks. Couldn't find work. Couldn't find work. Couldn't find shops or parks. Couldn't find shops or parks. Couldn't find shops or parks. Okay, I think that's all of them. Okay, so those are homeless people. If we go onto parks, no? Right, okay, I don't know how I know that's homeless people, but they do usually go to parks for some odd reason. I don't know why that is. Quite a lot of them are over there. So, low land value. Okay, so they want higher land value over here. Okay, so if we go ahead and add some parks around, then the more parks we add, the more people are gonna. We'll go ahead and add one there, and we go ahead and add like a tennis court. Is that a tennis court? Go ahead and add a tennis court there. We'll have a nature, something to do with nature. Oh, we can put them on the side of the roads as well. That's quite cool. Wavy Path Park. And we can put that next to our town hall. Colourful Path Park. Straight Path Park. Put that one there. So that's going to increase the land value of that. And then we go ahead and have Rides Playground. We go ahead and have that over here. Barbecue Pavilion maybe. And then a water park playground. Kids will love it. Why not? I mean, why not? Who wouldn't love that, eh? So they should stop moaning about. Is that on us? Yeah, like bus depot's on us. Missed the bus again. They completely skipped us. Right. Okay. So we might need to add some more buses. Okay. Medical is always a problem. Bus is full. Guess we'll have to walk. Okay. So we'll have to add some more buses too. It's going to cost quite a lot on the plus per hour, which isn't particularly good. And there we go, so that should be enough now. So they've got 9 buses. How much does one give us? Oh, number of buses 3. They can fit 3 in that tiny little gap. So 3, 6, 9. Jesus. That's nuts. Right, okay. Well, so while they're working away, sources reported that a flurry of recent fires were not accidental. Could this be a work of an arsonist? Fire blazes out of control. Okay, so we're going to need to add some more fire trucks. How much are they? 15,000. Right, okay. I'm seriously thinking about taking out a bond because we will have to start adding people, like increasing people's tax if we don't. Although that will take us per hour real down. I don't want to, but I feel like I'm going to have to. Because I mean, I haven't even upgraded the garbage. I mean, this is something that you have to look after. Bloody hell, Town Hall's creating 20 cans of garbage. What's going on in there? Family of 10? Family of 100? Oh, bloody more than that. Don't even see that much rubbish in the bloody office block. So I suppose you are incorporating recycling stuff into that because obviously we don't have recycling capacity yet. This might be the reason as to why people are ill, because obviously the trash isn't being taken out. Oh right, so if we go to ground pollution, we haven't got any ground pollution over here now, which is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Absolutely loads over here, but none over here, which is lovely. It's got a nice clean surface again, which is awesome. So we don't need to worry about that area too much. So it's 11, it's about half 11. You still haven't got to all of it, especially these over here. So, we are going to have to take drastic action. We are going to have to... I'll tell you what, I'll take out a loan. Or a bond, should I say. We'll take out 100,000. We're going to pause the game. This is what we're going to do. We're going to add 2 fire engines. We're going to add 3 trash. We're going to add 2 buses. 2 police. And 1 more ambulance. In fact, we could even go for 2. How much are they? 10. No, we'll keep it at 1. So what you'll see now is that we are set in a way. Our per hour has gone down majorly. However, hopefully this is going to bring happiness, and obviously with happier people, because obviously we've got the buses to run, the fire engines to put out the fires, the police to tackle the criminals, the ambulances to pick up the I was going to say the dead then, but then technically, yeah, the dead. Buses to transport people around, and then trash to take the trash out, obviously. Part of the reason as to why this is so low as well and in the negative is because we have a bond out. So if we take 694 off this, we're about minus 800 per hour. If we do go into the red for monetary value, so if this 17,000 doesn't last us until this goes plus, then we are going to have to look into maybe closing the school temporarily, closing the bus depot temporarily, because obviously as you can see this is minus 700 an hour, the school is minus 1,200 an hour, so just those two combined could get us in the green. Ideally we don't want to do that, because obviously you don't hear of governments and councils shutting down schools and bus depots because they haven't got the tax, or to be honest all they do is just increase the tax. To be honest, I mean we've got 20% tax in the UK on just low wealth citizens, and then 40, I think it goes 40% tax for the medium, and then 45% tax for the wealthy. We have got a fire over here, so we'll see. Right, so did they get to it in time? Have a look. Shots were parked. Okay, we're still having that problem. Hey, so they managed to save the house, which is awesome. Low land value. People just complaining about nothing, to be honest. Complaining about nothing. Quite interested about this water park, if I'm honest with you. Something I'd definitely pay on if I was a kid. Looks amazing. Pretty huge if you think about it. I haven't seen anyone going there. See a few homeless people going there. Let's see a few homeless people going in here. Let's have a look, see if we can actually see homeless people in there. Oh look, came from basketball court, you can actually see homeless people. That's awesome. Right, okay, there are protests going on somewhere. No? Right, well what you'll see is you'll see protests out here, so you'll see a load of people storming about, arguing over stuff. I'm not sure what's going on over here though, so I heard shouting of some sort. Maybe it's just the sound effects of the parks themselves. So as you can see, we're going way into the dark now. However, if we look at our happiness ratings, they are going down as well. We need some work. Didn't like the kids going to go to school. Right, so if we look at this one, see what's in demand. Low wealth commercial. Now, see, the problem we have with building... Right, okay, so the city is broke. Here are your options. Turn off some buildings, increase taxes, pass a bond measure, or start a new city. Start a new city, eh? That's like a get out of jail free card, that one. Increase taxes, turn off some buildings, pass a bond measure. We don't really want to... whoa. We're going to have to turn off the school and the bus depot. Just to keep us in the blue for a sec. Or in the green, I should say. We might, next episode... This episode was a disaster, I'm not going to lie. I did have aims to... low land value. I don't understand this low land value. I don't know why they are protesting low land value when they've clearly got... We might have to rework this side of the city and work it in a way where we have people, although I suppose I should just deal with it. So what I'm thinking is having sort of like residential, 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 but then commercial and parks in the centre of like a 6, because obviously a 6 is a perfect amount, but have like a small amount of shops, but it would be like a square. So I guess we could have 2 squares. We could have the higher residential, the higher residential, higher residential, higher residential, then the lower residential, lower residential, and then the shops here, with the parks maybe incorporated within that as well. So that's something I might do off camera, just to experiment with it. Because obviously now we've closed the school, we will have some people protesting about that. But thank you very much for watching, guys. That's going to be all for today's episode. I know it's been quite a long one. Again, it's been 56 minutes on my clock at the moment. So we didn't do what we wanted to do, which was grab the sewage treatment plant. But to be honest, I mean, that was a very, very high aspiration. It's very, very hard to start this game. But once you've started it and you're in that flow, you sort of just constantly grow, and we will literally see our city turn from 10,000 to 20,000 sort of overnight, just because of all the skyscrapers that will pop up. But we do need to take it slow and steady, unfortunately, and we do need to encounter these problems that we do have to start with. For example, closing the school, dealing with debt problems, dealing with bonds. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I've been Jacobite007. You've been the absolutely extraordinary audience today. Thank you very much for watching. Do remember to leave a comment, like, and subscribe to let me know whether you are liking these videos, and obviously subscribe to tell me that you are enjoying the channel's content. That's all from me today. So thanks for watching. Till the next one. Peace out.